Hey knife lovers from around the world. Welcome to my studio, my little microscopic painting studio, but it's all mine. It's my man's sanctuary, or my manctuary. I just got home from work. I'm enjoying an icy cold beverage, and I felt like shooting a video. And I'm going to be doing some tabletops of some knives that I love, some more knives that I love, maybe some recent acquisitions, etc. But I just want to do something quick today, and so I decided to do my first EDC video. These are just the things that I carry on my person every work day. It varies on the weekends. Sometimes I bust out some bigger knives, or pare down and don't have some of my work accoutrement on me. But so today's Friday, and I'm so happy to be home, so happy it's the weekend. And before I change, I'm going to do myself a little EDC video for y'all. It's very good. Very good beer. So, like most of us, or like many of us, I am a tagged human being, kind of like a tagged, animal out in the wilderness. So I have to wear this at work. It has all my vital information electronically stored in it, lets me in and out of doors, and also serves to hold business cards. Not being so thrilled with having to wear this, I wanted to figure out how to make lemonade from lemons, and what I decided to do was take the cheesy lanyard they gave us and put on some camo paracord, and now I keep my Fultz Minimalist back there. No one seems to notice, no one seems to care, so now I have an excuse to wear a neck knife all the time. I'll turn the camera around and do close-ups of all this stuff. I always have my F301. It's a zebra pen, aluminum barrel, awesome writer. Clicker, drives people nuts. Well, I don't usually carry these on me except when I'm outside, but I have my American Optics Aviators. Love them, they're my favorite sunglasses I've ever had. I've had 2 pairs so far. I always seem to drop them lens down on the gravel, but still I can see through the constellation of scratches and crap on the lenses, and they are still awesome. Let's see, I have my wallet. It blocks RFID readers, apparently. It's small, low profile. I like that. I don't like to sit on a big fat wallet, George Costanza style. I have my iPhone 5. My wife got me in a, my daughter put that sticker on there, in a cool, very low profile ballistic brand case. I love it. It's extra padding in the corners, how I seem to drop it all the time. Have keys on me. I hate lots of keys, so I always have a minimal key setup. These are my house keys on a small Night Eyes S-Beaner with a light and a little Victorinox Classic. My car keys I keep on a bigger S-Beaner, usually have them on my belt loop. Just the remote, the key, and a Cold Steel Urban Pal, just in case. You never know. Oh, and then one other set of keys. This is why I hate keys. I have to carry 3 different setups. This is my work key set, my desk, various doors, and a little light, and this little Leatherman style sometimes comes in handy. And then knives. I always have knives on me. Usually 2. Today I have 3 because I had more than usual amount of stuff in my pockets. So I use my knives, my small EDC knives, like this Kershaw Leek sweet knife. I have a tribute video coming out on this knife soon. I use these small 3-inch knives as money clips sometimes when I have cash. Frequently, like most people, I don't have cash on me because I'm a sucker for the whole ease of the card system. And then I always have a note card with things I have to do written down on it. I'm an old-fashioned guy, pen and paper kind of guy. I don't keep lists on my phone. And then some sort of EDC in my front pocket. Usually it's a 4-inch blade, but today I have my Spyderco Tenacious. A lovely, useful, extremely sharp, and high-value knife. And then I always have a tactical knife, and I keep it right here. And today I'm double Spyderco. I have a Mannix 2XL, an awesome knife. Actually, this knife I'm going to do a review on soon. I love this knife. It reminds me of my very favorite Filipino sword, the barong. This barong was brought back by a GI after World War II. It's a Moro weapon, devastating weapon, full flat ground. It's like a giant cleaver. You could easily have a man with this, assuming he's a relatively thin man. But when I make my review video of this, I'll be showing how I find the shapes to be very similar, and to me this is my pocket barong. I do not have the Spyderco barong Ed Shemps design, which is cool but rings slightly false. I'm a bit of a Filipino sword geek, and well, I can talk about that at a later time, but very, very cool that they made a dedicated knife barong. And then everything else that I don't keep on my person, I keep in my Black Hawk man purse here. I got way more stuff in here than I actually need, but every time I think I'm gonna take this out, I think, yeah, but what if I break down during my relatively long commute and I need to ... So I have a lot of crap in here. A lot of stuff I need for work, but then a lot of stuff I don't need for work, stuff that I need for some, you know, perceived survival situation. This is my can't live without REI vacuum coffee container. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera around and take a look at some of these pieces up close. Alright, so there it is, the contents of my pockets, for those of you who care and are still watching. It's kind of a funny thing, the whole EDC video phenomenon. It's a sort of a mixture between voyeurism and gear envy. It's like, what's that person have in their pocket? And then once you find out, it's sort of like, gee, I wish I had that in my pocket. You know. Anyway, that's kind of what I find myself thinking frequently. And it gives you good ideas. Anyway, so this is what I have. This is what I keep on me pretty much all the time. Here is the there's my little human tag with the CRKT Foltz Minimalist knife in there. This is such an extremely beautiful and useful knife. I like the this is the original one. I believe this is the first one that came out. The Foltz Minimalist Warncliffe style blade, and I got to tell you, this is without a doubt my most used knife, because it's always on me. Well, at least 5 days a week it's on me, and it helps everything. I cut everything with it except food, which you know, in a pinch I wouldn't be afraid to use, but I have other things on me usually that I use for lunch prep and this kind of thing. But man, I love this knife. Forgot to white balance the camera. I hope this all looks good. Here, the pen I always have on me, the Zebra F301. Awesome pen. This is an aluminum barrel. It's a clicker. It's shorter than most other pens, so it's, I don't know, it just fits nicely. It's not too long. Fits in my shirt lapel or in my pocket easily, and it writes like a dream. It's regular ballpoint, but you know, it does not glop up or anything like that. The ink is amazing in this thing, and I love the actual color of the black ink. It doesn't look like red and green combined. It looks like true black. My glass is very wittily placed on that painted portrait's face. These glasses are awesome. American Optics. They're like, you know, fighter pilot glasses or whatever, but they're not too dark, and they do exactly what you need them to do. I've been in some extremely bright situations with these, and you know, as most of us have, and these really do the trick. And I love their sort of classic styling. They look like what you know, Vietnam War era pilots may have worn. They're beautiful. They have the hooked earpieces, not the kind that the paddle pieces that you can slip under a helmet. Here are my car keys, just the remote and the key itself, and then this awesome little knife. This is the Cold Steel Urban Pal. Just a small push dagger with a serrated blade. When you read the catalog for cold steel, they talk about how a lot of the guys in the cold steel shipping department use these because they can sign things and type on the computer. Whoops, type on the computer with this between their fingers, but then they can open boxes. You know, they never really have to put it down. Urban Pal, pretty cool knife. Keep it on the key just in case, and I put this little zip tie on there just as a safety because it could come out pretty easily if little hands were to grab onto it. And the little hands around here love knives, so I got to be very careful. Night Eyes S-Beaner to keep it to my belt loop. This is an RFID blocking wallet. They call it a magic wallet because you open it and it switches the cash from one side to the other. Kind of cool. This right here is my work keys, desk, file cabinet, rooms, and then I got this little cool little light on there. Whoops. It's pretty bright for the size and the weight. It's small, it just disappears. You can lock it open. Who makes this thing? Princeton Tech makes it. It just rubbed off, so I could barely read it. And this thing here is the Leatherman style. It's all right. It'll do in a pinch. It's got this weird chisel ground blade, which will do what you need it to do. And like I said, in a pinch, it's got some pretty sweet scissors and a nice file and a little screwdriver. The thing I like the best about it is these little tweezers here. Whoops. Little tweezers are pretty awesome. But I mean, I want to replace it with a Victorinox Cadet. I think those are sweet little Swiss Army knives. These are my house keys with a Swiss Army knife classic on it, Victorinox classic. Again, my favorite part of this are the scissors and the toothpick and the tweezers. Little S-Beaner. Keep it minimal. Here's my little money clip list / receipt holder. Awesome little knife. It is the Kershaw Leak, the legendary Kershaw Leak. I call that a Raven Beak Warncliffe because to me, in this black model, it just looks like a raven. It's so cool, and man, it deploys like a dream. It's like a Porsche 911. It's just tight and small, somewhat unusual looking, and extremely effective. That rides in my left pocket usually, and then always have something in my right pocket. Usually it's a 4-inch blade. Today it's this, what is it, 3 3/8 inch Spyderco Tenacious with the green foliage green handle. It is a beauty. I love this knife, and it's so sharp. It's really sharp. I mean, I've touched up the factory edge a few times, just not even because I needed to, but just for fun. And man, this thing will zip through anything. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend you get one. I may do a video on this, but I mean, there's so many. Man, nice knife. And then I have this beauty riding in between my waistband over on my right hand side. Spyderco Manix 2XL. Look at that. My little pocket barong. Man, I love that knife. It is so smooth. It is the smoothest knife I own. This, and I have a Spyderco Yojimbo 2, which is also extremely smooth. I mean, I don't know what they have in there. Maybe it's a little cotton cloud or something, but man, it flies open like nobody's business. Just smooth. And then boring old iPhone 5. I say boring because I'm not too, I don't care about technology too much. This kind of gadgetry. I understand cool phones are cool and all, but then it means you have to return phone calls and such. Anyway, I am the Knife Junkie. Thanks for looking at the contents of my pockets, you voyeuristic knife lovers out there. And I hope you have a great weekend. And leave comments for me. Tell me what you think. Tell me what I should get. I want to get a Spyderco Delica. I don't have a Delica. There are certain very basic EDC products that I do not have, and if you have any suggestions, I'd love to read them. And then if you have any funds, I'd love to buy them. All right, Knife Junkie out.